Itaewon Sammy here, part 2 of my documentary on Itaewon. This is part 2 and it's about the present state of Itaewon. Where is Itaewon today? How did it become a mecca for foreigners and expats and Koreans looking for a different kind of life, different kind of adventure? Per se, in the 2000s. So, here's the story. If you check out my link below to part 1, you'll find out the history of Itaewon. This is the present day, from 2009 till today. This is when I've been living in Itaewon. Sorry, excuse me. So, I moved here in 2009 from Canada. And Itaewon at that time was a little seedy, and it was populated mostly by American soldiers and teachers and expats, young people, drinking and partying all night long. And again, if you watch my video part 1, it'll give you some details as to why that is. You know, cheap alcohol, English speaking, English shopping, English restaurants, Western food, McDonald's, Burger King, KFC, etc. All of those popular places here in the Itaewon area. Subway, Quiznos, that kind of thing. Western style bars and pubs, pub food, you know, that kind of thing. So it attracted the Westerners and especially the American soldiers. And a lot of the bars would promote ladies drink free all night, so the guys would come, you know, because it's full of girls drinking for free. Korean girls or American, or like school teachers. So when I first came, I kind of stayed away from Itaewon, or the main area of Itaewon. My personality, I like to integrate into society, so I like to hang out with Koreans. Now, there were Koreans here, and they were westernized Koreans, or Koreans who enjoyed the company of Westerners. A little surprising, at that time, 2009, 2010, a lot of Korean celebrities loved to come to Itaewon because there were no Koreans here. The Koreans didn't come because of the seediness or the reputation that Itaewon had. Those days, people would go to Gangnam or Hongdae. So, yeah, I didn't really hang out that much here, but when I did, I was always in the company of my Korean friends or Korean celebrities. I met a lot of celebrities in my first year here in Korea. I didn't know they were celebrities because I wasn't Korean, but I ended up finding out that these were like really famous people because nobody knew who they were. Very strange. Anyway, so something happened in, I'm gonna say 2010, 2012. I can't really remember when it happened. There was a change in the US curfew in South Korea. And not gonna go into details about why it happened or where it happened or what happened, but basically the curfew in all of Korea was 3 a.m. What that means is that all soldiers under the command of South Korean forces, U.S. Forces Korea, had to be in barracks or in their hotel by 3 a.m. There's no check on that, but if they're caught outside, they will get into trouble. Now, Yongsan District, which Itaewon is part of, has an agreement with the U.S. Forces military police that the military police can patrol Itaewon in uniform. Yeah. So there's two patrols. There's the military police who are armed. And then there's the courtesy patrol, which are just people reminding everyone it's time to go home. So when I first came to Korea, and I was like my first weekend here, I saw the military troops the military police in uniform with weapons, sidearms. Not rifles, but with sidearms. And I was like, where are we? Like, I didn't fully understand where we were at that time. I was a little drunk, I think, but it was very strange for me to see that, because being from Toronto, or from Canada, we never see military. It just doesn't. You'll see the occasional officer in uniform, like I think maybe once every 5 years or something like that. But to see in the camouflage fatigues, like 7 of them walking down the street with the MP vest and the weapons, very strange for a Canadian to see that. But that's the agreement that the city has with the base to, patrol and manage their own troops. I've seen fights on the street, brawls on the street. Very disgusting behavior. In the bars every night. I never went. When I did, that's what I saw. There's some bars I've never been in. I'm not going to name the names. I don't want to get involved in any of that, but everybody knows which bars these are. There's three of them that I've been in once or twice and never gone back. I just won't go. It's just not my cup of tea, per se. So what happened is in 2010, 2012, the curfew was changed to 12:30. So what does that mean? Well, Korean culture is the bars don't get busy until 1 o'clock in the morning. Koreans go out late. They'll start after work at 6 or 7 or 8 because they finish work at 6 or 7. So they'll have dinner, then they'll go for drinks, and then they'll go to a bar or club. So, we're talking midnight, 1 a.m. before it starts to get busy. So the bars that used to cater to the foreigners, the pubs and bars, lost 60% of their customers. And then what I noticed was gentrification. A lot of the bars remodeled from their dive bar status to trendy upscale. Koreans love upscale. They think if a place is more expensive, it's more unique. You can have 2 bars, 2 restaurants right next to each other, selling exactly the same thing. One is more expensive than the other, and there's a lineup around the corner for the one that's more expensive. It's very strange. Korean. So anyway, what happened was slowly the city, the district started to change. So again, I talked last time about the north side and south side. So the north side, where the Hamilton Hotel is, and the alley behind there is probably only, I'm going to say, 2 foreign bars that cater predominantly to foreigners. Again, I'm not going to go into the names of the locations, everything. You can figure that out. Just walk down the street. So my club is on the north side, and the alley behind Hamilton Hotel, from one end to the other, is all bars and restaurants, and they've all upgraded. Gone are the lady bars where you can sit and talk with a girl or whatever. Those are all gone on the north side. And there used to be 10 or 20, I'm going to say 10 bars and pubs that catered predominantly to foreigners, like 99% foreigners, with their menus, their food, their alcohol pricing, the signage, everything was in English. Now it's all changed. It's all upscale Korean fusion. So what I mean by that is, like, it's a restaurant, like a Mexican restaurant, but it caters to Koreans who are interested in eating Mexican food. An Italian restaurant, craft beer bars, all Koreans. So it's really different on the north side. Now the south side of Itaewon Street, behind the main road, the alley behind there, is Little Nigeria, which hasn't changed much in the 10 years I've been here. But the other side of the street, the lower side, I'm going to say the western side, the eastern side is Little Nigeria. The western side, there are still 2 or 3 Western bars still left. But it as well has gone through some gentrification all the way down to the far west side, upscale, trendy little restaurants and boutiques, stores. My goodness, the amount of boutiques and clothing shops that have opened up is insane. I don't go to that area much because it's not my, again, not my thing, and I work all the time. But when I have gone there and seen the changes, it's incredible. The gentrification is I'm gonna say 90%, 95%. French, Italian, Greek, you know, incredible amount of restaurants and clothing boutiques. So that gentrification was to response to the loss of the American troops. Now, also what's happening is that over the last, so that was 2010, 2012, and then in 2015, the announcement that the Yongsan base was closing and moving all of its troops down south. I was on the base in 2009, 2010, and then again in about 2012, and then just recently, about 6 months ago. Huge change. My goodness, the place is a ghost town. Nobody there. So that in turn, you know, affects the area. So the numbers became less and less and less of the bars, so they had to attract new customers. And that's what happened, is the gentrification of Itaewon. If you can walk in Itaewon now, there's still a lot of foreigners, but it's now tourists. Still you get the teachers, but there's less. Still you get the military, but there's less, and they all leave at midnight. So Itaewon has definitely improved. You will see families now in Itaewon. You will see, we have global festivals that the street closes down and they have a food festival. They have a global festival in the summer. It's incredible the amount of people who come out for that. Like 1 million people. It's just insane out there. I don't go because I don't like crowds. I had one of my CEOs that I was teaching last year call me and say, can you come and tour me with some other executives? And it was actually another CEO of another division. And yeah, I took them around and showed them around, and it was a lot of fun. I haven't been here in like 40 years. You know, I came in my university days. So it was very interesting for them to showcase, you know, this is my town, this is my home, so I'm very proud of it. So anyway, that is the present Itaewon. And if you want to come out, please hit subscribe, hit like, hit the bell button. I appreciate it. And if you want to come out to my club, B1 Lounge Club, anytime, just, you know, make a comment and I'll follow up with you. Absolutely. Check out my Kakao Talk, my Facebook at Itaewon Sammy, my Instagram at Itaewon Sammy. Just reach out to me. I'll put you on the guest list. You'll be a VIP. Check out one of my videos in my video list on how to be a VIP, how to enjoy a night out at my club. #2 club in all of Seoul. Second biggest club in Seoul. So you got to come out and check it out. Itaewon Sammy, living life. Check out part 3 coming soon. Out.